Welcome to What She Does, the podcast that takes you inside the working lives of everyday women shaping the world around us. I'm Leanne Starr.
And I'm Annie Sinzinger. And each week, we sit down with someone who shows us not just what she does, but how and why she does it. Plus, find out if you fit the same mold to grab the same type of gig. Let's discover
What She Does, starting now.
For 24 years, this week's guest ran a worm composting business until one weary moment sent her looking for something new, and it led her straight into laughter yoga. Today, she's a certified laughter yoga teacher and one of a small group of laughter ambassadors named by the practice's founder. We're getting into the real science behind laughing on purpose and why she believes managing our own joy might be one of the most underused tools we have.
So our guest today is Cathy Nesbitt, who is a leader of Laugh Yoga.
Laughter yoga, yes.
I have so many questions. So how did you get involved and what is it?
Okay, so laughter yoga was started in 1995 by a medical doctor. It's not doing yoga and laughing, it's laughing for the health of it. So laughing with intention.
Oh,
Right? Ever heard that laughter's the best medicine?
yes.
That's true. Okay.
It's scientifically proven. Now we just need to take the dose by laughing.
So you have people in classes who are laughing. How do you get people to laugh when you want them to laugh? I don't usually like burst into giggles.
Yes, so thank you. That's a great question. So laughter yoga is not about doing yoga and laughing. It's laughing with intention, not jokes or comedy, right? Jokes are cultural, two people going somewhere not funny for those two. It's about them. And I would say notice how you feel right now and then notice how you feel at the end of our conversation when you've giggled a little bit. Even just as I giggle, you giggle. And it changes everything. And the mind might be saying, what is happening there? There's no jokes, there's no comedy. What? So we say, get out of your head and drop down into your body.
So you're just telling people, okay, now we laugh and go into downward dog.
No. No, we're not doing yoga. We're not doing yoga poses. The yoga part of laughter yoga is the practice of laughter and the deep diaphragmatic breathing.
You're just having people come together and laugh, right?
Yes. Yes. In a nutshell, yes, that's exactly what we're doing. And, we do have a global mental health tsunami. So we don't like talk therapy, I'm sure plays a role in our world. With laughter yoga, we're just laughing. We're laughing. We may be sad, depressed, anxious. And wow, we don't feel like laughing. Like, oh my gosh, I'm so sad. How can I laugh? I'm so afraid. There's so many things going on in the world. How can I laugh? We say, bring your able body and we'll help you to laugh by offering like little games to inspire the laughter. So as the laughter teacher, we say, allow yourself permission to play. Meaning drop down out of your head. If you're thinking, oh my gosh, what is happening here? There's no jokes. That's your ego. We want you to just experience and be childlike. You look at children, they're running around, they're laughing. Like, what are those kids doing? Oh, they're just laughing.
Okay.
How
So
did you get into
yeah.
this?
I was
Yeah,
like,
how did I get in? So it changed everything for me once I got in. It's the 24th anniversary of my worm composting business, selling worms by the pound for indoor composting. And why I got into that, that's my kind of mission work, 24 years, can you imagine? I'm located in Canada, just north of Toronto, largest city in Canada. And in 2002, our landfill filled. The landfill filled up. It got landfull. And we started to export our garbage to Michigan. Oh, whoops. Yeah, right? Whoa, sorry. Not a great solution, right? Not sustainable, costs a whack-a-dough, right? There's our tax dollars hard at work going to Michigan. And Michigan getting our trash, like, wow, it's what's wrong with this picture? Like, lots of things. And I had a solution. In the Greater Toronto Area, 6 million people, half living in condos, townhouses without space to do outdoor composting. In come the worms, worms in the house for to manage your food scraps and paper. Yeah, how do you like me now?
Worms in you had to back up. Worms in the house?
Yes.
Okay. Where?
So just in a container, it's aerobic process. I know it's just like, oh my gosh, what is happening here? If it's unknown, you've not heard of this, it is like one of those, oh my gosh, what? Just like the laughter, all of my offerings are I didn't create any of this. I'm just marketing it.
So how did you transition from worms into laughter yoga?
Yeah, 2012, one more person said, ew, worms in the house. And I'd heard it hundreds of times, but I wasn't listening. As a businesswoman, I mean, I didn't come to being an entrepreneur having any experience. I didn't have any mentors. I didn't have anybody that could show me the way. I came from a family of employees. You know, work hard, you get a gold watch in 30 years. Why do you need a watch when you retire? I don't know. And so 2012, so I was just kind of making my way the best I knew how because I knew this was a solution. I knew people needed what I had, but people don't buy what they need, they buy what they want. And so 2012, one more person. Ew, worms in the house. That day I heard it, I felt it, I questioned everything. And I said, my gosh, universe, how am I going to do this? And the very next day I was introduced to laughter yoga and it
Uh,
changed everything.
Through a class, or how were you introduced to this practice?
I wrote a business plan for my worm business at a women's center. And I was still involved with them, and they would have speakers come in, and they had a speaker on laughter yoga, and I was like, "Laughter yoga? What is that?" I love to laugh. I don't do yoga, so I was so happy to know that it wasn't doing yoga and laughing, just laughing. And then I, investigated and, oh my gosh, it's a global movement. So there are laughter clubs in over 120 countries. North America's a late adopter, you might agree. So yoga's kinda just arriving. Laughter yoga is still in the ocean trying to get here.
and then did you have to get certified?
Yes. Yeah, so I got trained as a leader. It's a 2-day training, and you can do it online now or, of course, in person is much better. And then the teacher training is a 5-day training, and so I'm a teacher. I teach leaders now.
Okay, and then what does that entail? The 5 days of training?
The 5 days of training really gives you the whole foundation of the history of laughter, which you also get in the leader part. It teaches you how to teach the leaders and how to look at if there's challenges. If somebody gets emotional during a laughter club, which can happen, like, oh, I've come to a laughter club. How come I feel sad? Because when we're laughing, it's very profound. And if we've stored stress in our body or trauma in our body, when we laugh, that could get stirred up because we're jiggling our diaphragms are connected to all of our organs. So sometimes, and memories or emotions can burble up after a laughter club, and it's like, "Oh, I feel sad." So as a laughter leader, you're looking to
Mm.
make sure, your all your students are okay, and I actually had that experience a couple of weeks ago in my own club. My husband has shingles, and he's really struggling. He co-leads with me, and I was really missing him and worried about him, and at the end, there's a meditation. So you start with some warm up, you do some games, and then there's a laughter meditation at the end. It's not like being still and thinking about your thoughts or not hoping that they don't come. It's a dynamic meditation, meaning we're laughing, ha 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 ha, for 1 minute or more. And and then I play a nice song to kind of incorporate all the energy we've just created. And I played the song and it just struck me and I was wailing. I was just like tears were streaming down my face. It was real time. And so I said to my class, like, I didn't wanna just wipe away my tears and pretend all was well because it was not. It's real, and I think it helps other people be real when the leader can show that, "Oh, okay, we have bad days too."
You did mention how this brings up trauma. And have you had anyone in your classes who's had a traumatic, I don't know, experience or
I have not. I have not, experienced anybody, and I've been doing laughter since 2012. It's just one of those things to be aware of that
mm,
it could happen, that somebody
mm,
could experience sadness, or even anger could burble up, where it
mm,
reminds them of, a time when they were laughing as a kid and then something happened. I was on a podcast and somebody was saying their sibling had passed, and at the funeral, there was 3 other siblings. They were all around the casket, and they were all laughing. They were making jokes about their sibling who had passed and how much they would have enjoyed their own service. And an auntie came over and said, like, shamed them, said, "Shame on you for making jokes at this serious time." And she said that really stuck with her, that really affected her, like, "Oh, like we're bad people because we're having a good time." And I think that's part of the thing is, as society, we shame people,
mm.
and then that is what gets in our DNA is that guilt or the shame or those low vibrating things. So I believe I'm not sure if this is scientifically proven, but I believe that when those emotions burble up, we're ready to see them. We're ready to look at them again and maybe let them go like, "Oh, okay, that's," and we can look at it from a different space. We're older, we're wiser, we've had more life experience, and that actual trauma that took place happened maybe decades ago when we were children.
So I realize you only have the 5 days of class, but, is this one of the things that when you go into it, it's helpful to have a background in psychology or to sort of because it seems like you're doing things that are like therapy.
Mm. Great question. I do have a psych degree. It's
Okay.
not necessary, but yes, if you're gonna do the deeper work, if you really are gonna be doing laughter therapy one-on-one, I do one-on-one work as well. Yeah, it is important that we know how to manage those situations that happen because things can happen. We're stirring up traumas or we don't know what, even though it's not talk therapy, we can experience some kind of, emotions.
Mm. I kind of find it hard to believe that the body can't discern between what is kind of manufactured and what just comes naturally. Like, doesn't your brain sort of have like a say in that as it's receiving this information?
Absolutely. So we've all done visualization. We've heard of how athletes can do the whole race and then they win and then they do win because they experienced it in their mind. So yes, the brain, so our body doesn't know the difference. When we're laughing, we're secreting all the happy hormones,
Mm.
dopamine, oxytocin, serotonin, and endorphins. And our brain, if we're in our head, our brain might be saying, "Oh my gosh, what is happening? You look ridiculous. Stop laughing. There's no jokes, huh?" So then we say, if you're thinking about this, you're in your head. So yes, your brain absolutely knows. So we say,
Mm.
thank you for stopping by. I'm going to experience this for now and just allow yourself permission. Really, that's because I've had people and they're in the audience and they're unable. And people say to me, how can I possibly laugh? There's so many things going on in the world. And I say, because there's so many things going on in the world, we must laugh. Otherwise, we're going to blow up. We're just crying in the corner. We're ineffective. And laughter is the antidote to stress. In this world that we're living in, we're swimming around in the stress pool. We've normalized stress to such a state that we can't experience joy anymore. We feel guilty if we're laughing and having a good time because there's so many things going on. We can only control us, and I believe that our one of our prime roles is to manage our nervous system.
Mm.
When we feel good, we do good.
I'm kind of curious about classes. So, your classes that you have to teach this practice, some of them are in person. Well, I would imagine most of them would probably be in person. Are there ever any that are online, like as you mentioned, one to one? And how different is that, the experience of kind of teaching the class in person versus online?
Hmm. You know, even before 2020, the founder of Laughter Yoga believed it needed to be done in person. And we now know we're so adaptable. I can feel you too. And I believe you're on the Pacific Coast. I'm Eastern time, right? We're
Mhm.
miles apart. So the energy translates. How it differs online, I would say online is fine. It's great. It really serves a purpose because it's making eye contact, playing together. In person is divine, I say. What we've done to make it accessible online is we've just edited some of the activities. In person, we have one riding in an elevator, so it's a little bit more challenging to snuggle together, and we're going up like you're awkward in the elevator, no one looking at each other, and so that
Mhm.
becomes funny, and then you start laughing. Um, Online, what we would do, we would say, "Oh, you're going up and down in the elevator, whoop," and then you disappear out, and you and you're just laughing. So we just amend some of the activities don't work online, and we've created new ones that do work, like using your camera. "Oh, look that your camera's dirty." You do your laughter spray, "Ha ha ha," and just right. So we have um, adapted the exercises so they work beautifully. And I actually do more laughter gigs online than in person.
Oh, interesting.
Mhm.
And so you have to tell us, do you think Canadians have a better, approach? Because I can see that this has not taken off in the United States, and I'm guessing it's an American thing.
It is not. No, it really is not, Leanne. It's just an awareness. That's why I'm really grateful for the opportunity to share this information because laughter is in all of us waiting to burst out. It's just that we're so serious right now. We really are in a funky state. Yes, in North America, States, Canada, and that would even add Japan in there. We're serious, we're work-oriented, we don't play very much, we're just like we're always striving to get somewhere, and we don't take time to play. We really are more work-oriented than play, and I think that the play helps us to become more productive, more creative, and just have a wonderful, more joyful life, um, because of the health benefits of laughing. I already mentioned the love drugs. Also, when we're laughing or, the brain requires 25% more oxygen than the rest of our body as an operating principle. When we're stressed, blood lymph oxygen leaves our frontal lobe to go into our muscles so we can escape, even if we're escaping our mind. So laughter forces us because when we're laughing, we're exhaling. Ha 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 ha. So we have to take a nice, beautiful, deep breath in so we can continue laughing.
Okay.
I also wanted to kind of talk a little bit about the business side of it. When you think about your clients, or do they tend to be a certain demographic, like age range or gender, or, what does your client base look like?
Yes, I love working with seniors, so I do a lot of work with
Mm,
long-term care, adult day programs with folks with, mild and severe cognitive impairment because
mm,
it's not jokes or comedy,
right.
Mm,
right? You don't need the frontal lobe. Well, you need a
Hmm.
frontal lobe, but you don't need to understand the joke. It's laughing. It's like music. It helps us remember. And special needs. So that pays bills. Now I'm also going into corporations. I just had a gig
Mm.
with one of the large financial institutions. They have a wellness department. Woo, hallelujah. Caring about more than just profit, people first, people, profit, planet, or people, planet, profit is if you're working for a company that cares about the planet, they probably care about their people,
Mhm,
and then profit just comes because people love being there and they wanna contribute. And
mhm.
so I went in, they had a like a day conference, and I was laughing, I was, like, so grateful. They said that the laughter session filled out. I was one of the breakout sessions. the laughter one filled up first, and, um at the beginning of the day, they said, "Oh, it's our second annual wellness conference. Welcome, everybody. And we've got 2 woo-woo sessions today." And I was like, "Oh, I love woo-woo sessions. I wonder what they've got." Yeah, you're right. Laughter was one of the woo-woo sessions. But it's complementary magic medicine. Nobody's OD'd from laughing. There's no contraindications with your medications. If you're taking something, you can laugh too, it's fine. And here's the beautiful one of the beautiful things is people going through cancer treatments, chemo, radiation. If they laugh with their cancer team, it changes everything. Our body is more receptive, it dilates our blood vessels, so the treatment is better received. There's fewer side effects. You know, folks with, uh, dialysis, they spend hours every week doing dialysis sometimes if they need to go somewhere. And imagine laughing with their team. I'm not just saying something, this is scientifically proven. And there's research around the world, which is it's really beautiful, again, for the people that are in their head going, "I can just laugh and feel better." Yes, if you allow yourself permission, right? We get out of our head, we get out of the way, we go, "Okay, let me try this." The first time I went to laughter yoga, I'm telling you, it was weird. I went with my mother-in-law, I had met no kidding. We go walk to this thing, the club was 5 minutes walk from her condo, so we went there. You do the name game, so you say your name and you laugh. "I'm Kathy, ha, ha, ha," and everybody joins you. And we got around, and then you do these little games. We kept doing the side-eye thing like, "Okay, this is weird," but we were doing it. We're breathing, we're doing the things that she said. So, at the end of the club, we're walking back, and it's like, "Oh, that was weird. Yeah, so weird. Oh, I feel great. Me too. Yes, let's go again next month." Right? So, it's a lot if you go with someone, it's always more fun. Um but I say to people, if you've never gone to laughter yoga club, plan to go twice. The first time could be weird because it's a new experience. Everything's awkward, right? Ever started a new job, a
Mm.
new class, anything new, you're like, "Oh, I hope I can do this. I hope they like me." I don't
Dating,
know. Pardon?
dating.
Dating, right? Oh my gosh. Oh, good one, Annie, right? Imagine laughing together with your date. Okay, let's just laugh and get it out and then okay.
Yeah,
Like, there really is a thing with couples. Um, it's called argument laughter. You might put one hand on a hip, you're waggling your finger, but you're just, like, doing gibberish, or you're just like, "Ha, ha, ha, la, 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 My husband and I are both trained, so if
Sorry. I'm just picturing myself doing that with my husband, and I'm laughing just thinking about it.
right? If you gotta be on agreement, like, I mean, he might just get really angry if he doesn't know you're gonna do that. But right? Because when you're arguing with somebody, you're in your primal brain. You've left the frontal lobe is not operating
Yeah.
anymore. And people will say, "I literally couldn't think straight when you're having an argument. You're shouting, they're shouting, and you can't bring back that stuff. You can't stuff it back in once it's out. So if you have a little giggle, ha 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 ha, okay, now what did we want to talk about?
mm.
Instead of coming from emotion, now you're coming and you're able to have an adult conversation.
I think we've covered how many different places that you can take your laughter yoga to. We couples counseling, dating, any dating service. I think we've expanded your business.
Right, schools, I when I'm
Yeah,
walking around, I talk to everyone, and one day I saw a young man, he was going for his exams, final exams, and I said, "Before you go to write your exam, go into the washroom and just do a giggle jiggle, just go and laugh for 30 seconds." I mean, he thought I was cuckoo, um, right? Because we're stressed. If you've been cramming
Yeah.
all night
Yeah.
and then you go to do the exam, you're like, "Oh my gosh, like, I'm sleep deprived." Maybe you've taken caffeine pills or something, and now you go to write, you can't even think. So laughing before the exam, it frees you up, it oxygenates your brain, you're secreting all the love drugs, And it's like, "Okay, what have I got?" And the answers come flowing in.
I love that.
You mentioned so we talked a little bit about, not having had a difficult, client, if you will. And, on the flip side of that, what's your most memorable or happiest moment practicing laughter yoga with clients?
Yeah, many. Thank you. Thank you for that. My most impactful one was I was doing laughter in my backyard, I think it was a
Wow.
couple years ago, in my beautiful backyard, and laughing in nature, oh my gosh, it's just another level than online or just, in a room. In nature is beautiful. And this woman came and she brought 8 of her friends. It was a beautiful session. And when she walked in, she said, "I had knee surgery 8 weeks ago, and I haven't slept more than 2 hours a night since my surgery." Okay. At the end of the laughter club, I always say to people, notice how you feel for the rest of the day. Your body just had a party, secreting all the love drugs, fully oxygenated. Just notice how you feel. And then I say, notice how you sleep tonight. I hope you sleep well. I hope you sleep well every night because that's how we heal. They got on their way. They went home. She wrote me 2 days later and said, remember I said I had knee surgery?
Yeah.
And I hadn't slept. I slept all night after laughter, and which was like, "Wow, beautiful win." She said, "In addition, when I arrived home, my 19-year-old son was having an existential crisis." I didn't know this woman, I don't know the family, I don't know the details. But when I heard that and so she said, "I thought that somebody had taken over my body because I was able to just hold space for my son." So I
Oh,
imagined existential crisis. He's maybe shouting or crying, and then mom gets in stress and maybe shouting and crying on that side. So stress,
Mm.
stress, stress. When she came from laughter, right? She's fully oxygenated. She was able to just hold space and be centered and grounded because she was still in that laughter bubble. Wow.
wow. I So, if someone wanted to follow in your footsteps and become a laugh yoga teacher, what would you tell them?
To start attending laughter club. There's all kinds of clubs online around the world, and laughter is the universal language. So you could go to laughter in Thailand or in Malaysia or down in Johannesburg and not necessarily understand the language because when we're laughing, there's 40 foundational games. And then because it's global, people have added their own spin to the games to inspire the laughter. Like there's laughter cream. So you take your laughter cream, it comes in a pump or it comes in a jar, whatever you say. And then you take what you want wherever you put it, you start laughing. Ah, ha, 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 ha. Yeah.
Kathy, I have my last question, which is what would you tell your younger self knowing what you know now about laughter yoga?
I would say laugh more, like take it serious. I have a laughter buddy. So every day I laugh at 7:30 in the morning. She calls me and we laugh for 2 full minutes. We breathe for one minute and then we laugh for 2 more full minutes. So I would say to my younger self, lighten up. Life isn't like, don't listen to all the stuff that's being said out there. And I think in today's world with social media, young people can never escape from their trolls. We used to go to school, and then if somebody was bullying us at school, at least when we were at home, we were safe. That's not the case anymore because of technology. So I would say, I mean, turn off the things for sure, but I didn't have those. So my younger self, I would say, trust yourself, laugh more, and pay attention less to what other people think about you.
Ugh, well, this was perfect. Thank you so much, Kathy. We will laugh. Um, it was so good to talk to you.
May I invite you and your listeners? I have a free online club on Tuesday mornings. We're
Of course.
celebrating 6 years of our global giggle gang. It's 9:30 AM Eastern. It may be a little bit early for Pacific, although I do have people in Pacific who come. It's 6:30.
Oh, yeah, no, I would
30
not
minutes.
laugh at 6:30.
That's okay. 30 minutes of super fun self-care. I incorporate tapping, brain gym, qigong, just to help people get out of stress and into joy. And it's an amazing way to start your day. And maybe like 6:30, I wouldn't want to laugh at 6:30 either. I get it.
No.
So it's kathysclub.com. Just come and experience the magic of laughing for the health of it.
Great. Sounds good. Thank you so much,
Thank you
Kathy.
so much. Thank
Thank you,
you.
Annie. Thank you, Leanne. I really enjoyed our conversation.
It's shocking to me that you actually have to get certified in laughing yoga.
I would think, well, one, it falls under health and wellness, right?
Yeah.
You kind of want somebody who's certified when they're dealing with, your um
Wellness.
wellness. I mean, mental or otherwise. So I think it's good they have at least that. Actually, you can get anywhere from a 2-day to 5-day certification course. So it doesn't take long to become a laughter yoga
No,
certified
thank
teacher.
God.
I did find that there was a publication called Geriatric Nursing that posted a research paper that indicated that just 8 sessions of laughter yoga increased the quality of life. It reduced loneliness
Oh,
in adults 65 and older.
oh,
So
yeah. When she mentioned that she goes to, nursing homes,
mhm.
it's like I was like, "Oh, that seems like really a place that needs laughter yoga," because nursing homes are so depressing anyway. 'Cause there doesn't seem to be a lot to it. It seems to be
No.
getting people in a room to go, "Ha, ha, 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 ha," and you're done.
Actually, it's funny you say that because I actually did take a look at some of the videos,
Mhm.
just to get a feel for it. It isn't as simple as that.
Oh, okay.
It's actually not. I mean, one of the one of the difficulties and challenges I think is, I think even our first reaction was like, "Really? There's such a thing?" And if you wind up in a group, let's say in a corporate situation where, they bring in somebody, I do think that there's a little bit of trepidation and skepticism in
Yes.
something like this because we're not comfortable, and I think Kathy said this too, we're not comfortable with forced laughter.
Yes.
It feels awkward in any social situation. So this idea that you can let go and feel like you can do some, stress release or whatever that might be through a practice like laughter seems, I think, in theory, wonderful. In practice, it gets harder.
Yeah.
I think that it's nice to know that there's I don't know if simple is the right word, but there's definitely a good practice that's researched and indicated that actually helps people. And
Yeah.
especially, I think, as you get older, because I think there is loneliness. But I wonder if this would work with younger groups of people, especially COVID uh,
Yes.
impacted young people who are
Gen
socially
Z.
awkward.
Yeah. Why not? Let's get the kids laughing.
Well, I mean, even us, like, when we're talking about these things, it's sort of
Yeah.
it is kind of like a small release to have that little bit of laughter, but most of these jobs are self-employed, they're not
Yeah.
full-time, really, they
Yeah.
don't pay really well, so you would wind up doing this as potentially a side hustle,
Yeah.
or if you did it full time, you'd never have like a studio. You would
Right.
probably go on site or do it online. And I think it'd be hard to encourage people, especially with the skepticism. But I think if there's an opportunity that people find that it works for them, then, there's your clientele.
Yeah. They're there. Just have to get them.
You just have to laugh with them.
I say it so loud.
Thanks for joining us today. that's what she does, and maybe what you could do too. If you like what you heard, make sure you follow What She Does wherever you get your podcasts.